Mask versus Mask match in AAA with I don't even know these niggas' names. To
El
be honest,
Grande, El Grande Americano OG versus El Grande Americano por Mexico. Yeah.
yeah,
So basically, original versus the one from Mexico,
yeah.
which
So
is
the,
obviously your boy, not Eichner. Yeah, Fabian.
oh, Ludwig Kaiser, Eitner's in
I forgot they
TNA.
changed the names. I forgot to change the names. Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah,
Eitner's in
Ludwig
TNA.
Kaiser. Yeah.
That is sad. But yeah, watch this. I want to say Sunday night, and obviously Masters Mass setup. They have it on YouTube available free for everybody.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, what?
I didn't know that version. I didn't know it was available on YouTube.
Yeah. So like, if you can get past the premise of the match being like absolutely ridiculous as far as like the people in the costumes and like everything, and if you get past all that, right?
Look, it's Lucha Libre. It's like whether you say it's WWE Lucha Libre, brother. You seen CMLL, you saw AAA when they doing AAA Mania before WWE even bought it. It was always some shenanigans, and
Yeah.
and
I'm
heel
only
refs.
upset. I'm
Yeah,
look.
so
I'm only upset there was no Tarantes in this. Like that's what we needed to really drive it
when
home. But
the heel ref to be on bullshit half the time.
yes, yes.
Okay, that's right. Yeah.
I kind of resent WWE for trying to clean AAA up to a certain degree. I'm like, man, I need chaos and dysfunction, and then like terrorism essentially. But as far as the match goes, man, like they took it
Match is
about
great.
yeah, they took it about as serious as anything that like a WWE production like could just wish to be. Like there were like WrestleMania matches this year that like pale in comparison to this. Like as far as like how serious the audience kind of took what was going on, how much they bought into it, hook, line, and sinker, and like what it felt like they were fighting for. Like that was what I enjoyed about it. Like I thought it was like it was a brawl that they did like a million things and
Yeah.
kind of paid my numbers up, but the energy
Yeah.
around it was like incredible. I thought.
Bruh, I'm straight up saying like this is my favorite thing WWE's done in years. Straight up, like, this crowd is one of the best crowds I've ever seen. I've seen WWE have post pandemic, post the Terror Dome, Thunderdome, whatever the fuck they was calling that before they went to a live audience. It's one of the best crowds they've had. Obviously, it's in Monterey. I get that. But like, yeah, man, the crowd treated like it was a big fucking deal, and they cheered like life and death for the babyface, and they booed violently against the heel, even though the heel was clearly the better performer in the match.
Mm-hmm.
It was until the very end after Gables give his great promo about like, hey man, I came to have loved this after wanting to learn this and being a Greco-Roman pro wrestler. I appreciate y'all. They were giving him hell until the very end. But until that bell rang after he lost, they was on his ass, and it was everything you want out of a pro wrestling crowd. From the right crowd reaction, there was no, ironic assholes. There were no, stupid. I mean, there was a "This is a Lucha" chant that or whatever. But I mean, like, as far there was that, but that ain't. But there is no like, the crowd wasn't trying to get themselves over, if
Yeah.
you will. And I have no problem with the crowds doing that, especially the UK has some great crowds and they be on that bullshit too. It is what it is. But it was refreshing to see a crowd be basically, we're doing what we were supposed to do. We're
Yeah.
doing the shit that like when you grew up, you watch the crowd react this way, and I enjoyed it.
So I
It
had
was awesome.
my wife on the couch while I was watching it, and then she was seeing the blood, and she was like, "Oh no, I can't do this." And I was trying to explain to her like the blood is like the safe version of like it ain't the head trauma that caused it. I'm like, but like it wasn't connecting.
Yeah. Oh, Gable, crazy blade job.
Yeah,
Crazy blade job.
yeah,
And that's one thing I like is like, I don't know if it's because of they let Cody and Punk and whatever else they get their blood on WWE shows, but like I don't know if it's because they're in Mexico. They were like, y'all can do what the fuck y'all want. I don't know,
I think that's what happened.
but but it was one of those things like it's a mass match. There's gonna be tearing of the mass and there's gonna be blood, and it was there. Like when Gable opened up Kaiser, I was like, that ain't no real blade job. That like that ain't the blade jobs I've seen in Triple A before. Like that, but they got to it when they got to Gable, and I was like, okay, I appreciate this. And I thought Gable was great, and like this was some shit that was like I never really thought about it. You only think about him in like he's another Angle disciple of hers, but like there's a lot of Danielson there too, and this is like some shit Danielson would have had if Danielson was able to do this 15 years ago. He had
the American Dragon.
No, yes. I mean, like
the literal American Dragon.
Yeah. No. If he had got the chance, yes. If he had got the chance to have done this, like when he was on the fence about am I going to go to WWE, am I going to, or I want to do a G1, I want to go to New Japan, or I want to do all this stuff in Arena Mexico and all this kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. If they had allowed him to do this is some shit that he would have done. It's absolutely shit he would have done. And to see Gable, who you watch the match and he's like, oh yeah, I haven't watched him so long. I forgot there is some Danielson there. It's like, oh yeah, I know he having a blast doing this shit. And it was one of those things where it's like, yeah, man, like all those years in the Observer, in the Year Wars, I'm most unappreciated. It was like you be like, oh, he hasn't really had an opportunity to do that kind of shit, be unappreciated. And he has this match, like this is why he kept getting voted most underappreciated or most underrated for years. Because the dude's fucking great, and this is a big match of his career. And look what he did.
Man, I was watching it and I was kind of getting sad for him. I was like, "This is the peak. This is it." I was like,
"He going back to hell. He going back to hell."
I was like, "This." I almost didn't want the match to end for him. Like, just stay out there, nigga. Keep working. Like keep basking it as long as possible. But I was explaining to Kat. I was like, so like it hit on a certain level, and I think they nailed the emotion behind it in the post match for sure. And I was like, this thing is almost half as great as it could be because like we've watched mass versus mass matches, and I was like, if they were like actual luchadors, like that, this was their livelihoods and shit, and it was like they were actually revealing their identities and like,
and it was getting a financial, they were getting a good deal, a good amount of money to come off their mask too.
Yeah, like I was like, it would hit even harder. I was like kind of explaining that or whatever, but yeah, like as far as like how everything goes, like I think this is gonna go down as a classic in the WWE circles. Like you're probably gonna hear about this for a while.
What I mean, has there been a better WWE match you've seen this year?
No.
Yeah. So yeah,
no,
you're right.
Like this.
We are at the 6 month mark. We are in month 6 now.
This smokes CM Punk and Roman Reigns on every feasible level. Like. Look, write that down again, and like I'll say it again. Like, nah,
okay,
like that. Like they had a night. Like they had one of them Dave Meltzer 5-star matches where it's like, oh, you gave him 5 for this. Oh, okay. So, what else? But yeah, like now Gable has.
If you haven't watched it.
Oh, if you haven't watched it. Go out of your way to just watch it for science.
Even the most jaded, I hate, this shouldn't exist. They shouldn't be in fucking Mexico. Their wrestling fucking sucks or whatever else. You will enjoy it.
Watch it for science.
Just by watching, just being a pro wrestling fan, this is something that, like I'd be hard pressed to find anybody to not find something they would enjoy out of this presentation. Like this is what you watch this presentation, you like, why the fuck can't we get this on the mainland? Not the mainland is mainland. Why can't the fuck get this in WWE? Something like simple. This that actually like that the crowd took that seriously and cared that much about.
Like it was goofy and they gave a fuck, which was like kind of a disconnect. But like
it's Lucha Libre, it's gonna be goofy. There's gonna be run-ins galore. Motherfuckers gonna do high crosses from 15 off a 15-foot balcony.
They did do the same running spot twice in the match. They did do that. But,
do what?
I said they did do the same running spot like twice in the match. It was like they were like
that shit had tons of running. I mean, look, is this their version of Cody and Roman doing the belt change? All the run-ins.
I mean, maybe, but no, because
Triple A. It wasn't as bad as that, but not that bad. It wasn't as many as that. But my point is like, they threw the kitchen sink at this shit.
There will never be nothing worse than that one main event in Triple A. I forgot which one. I think it was like they had niggas escape the cage first, and it was 2 niggas left, and then they lifted the cage up. Oh, well, I don't remember. I think it was like in 2017.
Mm.
Nothing will ever top that as far as AAA and run-ins and everything like that. I can't remember who was in that match, but yeah. Um, yeah, let's go forward, man. WWE pay-per-view Clash in Italy. I felt nothing from this show, and then I'll roll that into the next night on Raw.
The
Like it
the real
was,
pay per view the real pay per view this weekend was Monterey,
yeah,
brother. It was not
yeah,
in Italia, not at all.
yeah.